Just FYI, the URL you posted on your revision for the changes, that's not coming up. So I don't know if you uploaded into a different folder, said about starter and so forth. But I do see that you made changes, to your pages here. Now I'm one of the things is I'm not looking at these other pages till next week, so I'm not going to look in detail on home, about, and contact. You did move and create the about page correctly, so I wanted to check that out. On your master page, I want to check this out as well. I think having the footer content down here, okay, that works. Let me look at, you already put a navigation bar in here, so let me look at your states. Now what I would suggest doing here is what you first thing you have to do is you have to select the navigation bar, then you click on the first button, then you're going to open up the states panel. You can control the rollover. You don't really want gray. You could do one of two things. What I like to do is I like to take the color that your main color you're doing and make it a little bit darker. So I don't see that added to your swatch panel. So let me, okay, so it's this blue right up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when I go to states and I choose rollover, um, I will go in, oops, move that back in. I'll go to color and, well, let me go in swatches first. There's the blue. Then I'll go to color and you can change the brightness values a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to make it a little darker. Now you don't need, you know what, you can probably just leave it blue. You can leave that same color. You know, that's not a big issue. You know what you could do though is if you wanted to is just take your text tool um, and change the font color to a blue, or change that to make it a little bit different. You could do that as well. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you click on each of these states and make those changes to the colors. And if you want to, you definitely would probably either want to keep it the same color or you make a subtle change to the colors for that purpose. This logo here is really nice. It's easy to read. I have no big issue with this logo on that. I still think what we really want, if we're going to add to the creativity to your design, instead of this being an all-one graphic, I would definitely try to recreate this exactly in Muse, and you could do that. That would definitely help with the creativity of the part. Now, one of the things, if you don't do this, then I still suggest that you add a little extra space after your bullets. So that way, and I would increase the line height for your paragraph of text up here, and doing so it's going to help make it easier to read. So what will happen is, let me go to another example, someone's website. I was showing them how to do this. In Muse, what will happen is the bullets are so close together, and what we can do is in most programs, Adobe programs, they have this option where you can go in and add a little extra spacing after, and all it does is puts extra space between the bullets, or in that regards, with your text. You can also go in and adjust the line height as well, and line height is just changing the leading, and in Muse you can change the percentage from 120 up to 140 and so forth, and usually you have to increase the line height a little bit, and especially on a website, to make it easier to read. So that's where I would focus in on. I would try all my best is to create this page with all the, from scratch, and it should be easy to do. Now the problem is going to happen with graphics, I will say, when you post a graphic into this, see, you're automatically going to be pixelating it because it's not rendered. So whenever you save as a graphic, a JPEG, and that, you are losing some quality. So sometimes the text becomes a little blurry to read to some people, so that's something that you want to watch out for, especially when you're trying to create something for the web. And so a lot of times I'll tell students, yeah, you want, like these logos and things like that, you want to make sure you save it as a PNG, because you want to make sure you don't lose certain qualities for that. I can even see right now, like these graphics here, I can see some pixelation blurriness going on. Is it that much to worry about? No, but it's something that I want should be aware